Maybe this is why that walleye and channel cat got off. I mean, who can say for sure, you know? Is it the banana's fault? Or is it my fault? I don't know. Definitely the banana.
What's going on, everybody? Gunnar here, and today we're actually leaving the fly rods at home. We're whipping out an ultralight spin rod, and I'm going to show you guys how to fish the jigs from the Spin Jig series. Check it out. It's only 57 degrees outside right now. The water temps are up to about 78. So it's 21 degrees warmer in the water than it is in the air. It's pretty crazy. So first thing you're going to want to do anytime you're fishing with feathers or natural materials, get them suckers wet, get them in the water, and then rub that water through that material and get all the trapped air out. There's a fish. Just a little guy.
Alright, we've been having a rough day so far. But this spot's money. Check it out. There goes my walleye. He was right here at the tail end. That was the craziest thing. It seems like, yeah, I think so.
That's a ridiculously small smallmouth bass.
Alright, so I'm doing the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I keep getting them to react, they're swiping at it, they're chasing it. I've hooked fish, but they won't stay pinned. So we switched up to a bugger jig, 16th ounce, really small, maybe up to 32nd, I don't remember. And then I got way up here, something called a mini shy bite. Mini shy bite. Again, I'm going to get that fly wet, rub those materials so everything's fishing on that first cast. Pitch it up there. See what's going on. It's something you gotta understand. It's kind of like fly fishing, like we're dead drifting little mints basically, but it's also a jig, and it's got a big hot spot on it, and it's still reactionary, and you can't be afraid to jig it even though it's got that little bobber on it. You still want to work it. The goal is not to have like a perfect, drag-free drift with this thing. That's not the goal.
Well, I think that was enough of that. Stuck a bunch of fish on the bugger jig, dead drifted under an indicator. This is called a mini shy bite. Perfect for those 16th, 32nd ounce, really small jigs like this. So now I want to show you guys, because dead drifting is self-explanatory, but kind of we're going to finesse pitch that little crayfish jig. And this is the 16th ounce. And the one thing I really want to mention is watching your line. So I'm going to work this hole. We hit it pretty hard, so I don't think we're going to catch anything, but I'll work it, and then we're just going to work our way upstream, and I'll walk you through kind of finesse jigging without a slip bobber and without some aggressive kind of jerk approach, but really finesse, high rod tip, big bow in the line and watching the bow in your line basically as your strike indicator. So check it out. Oh, that was a sick jump. That fish came literally from right between these two rocks. I twitched it up in there, and then I started to reel it back, and boom, he hammered it. It doesn't feel like a smallmouth. I think we got a channel cat. What else would be in a big deep hole like this? Fighting like a big lethargic turd. Oh no, are you kidding me? They're out here. There's a nice little channel, and the channel's got a little ledge on it, and the channel's deep, but it's not too fast, which is kind of like the perfect style run to find fish in right now in the summer. Okay, I promise the other ones were bigger than this, but it's a start. If you're gonna eat, you gotta stay on. Those are the rules. Summer bassing, you know what it's about? It's about low water. It's about finding a good source of kind of rapids, good choke point, but then a deep run. And the deep run's gonna have boulders, and it's gonna have crayfish, and it's gonna have bait fish. I mean, like a deep run below a set of rapids like this, man, absolutely picture perfect structure river system for chasing smallmouth. See you later, dude. Reiterate that. You want a set of rapids, nice little pinch point, accelerates all the water into a chute. It comes down and gouges out a deep lane called a run. Now that lane is going to create ledges from low water season and high water seasons, and that's where you're going to get boulder stacks, and it's the perfect place to find summer smallmouth. Stop eating my crayfish, man. You're making it too easy. Look at that crayfish right there. Where you going, man? That's what I was imitating. I was imitating you. Caught that big old smallmouth on crayfish. Anyway, so I forgot to mention this, but I picked this gem up at Fleet Farm this winter in like February. You know that time of year when you're really susceptible to buy a lot of fishing gear. And it's a fast action ultralight rod, and it's a Trout series from St. Croix. And the beautiful thing about that fast action, when you're finesse pitching and you got that really high rod tip, unbelievable sensitivity. Unbelievable sensitivity. Plus you still have enough power to set the hook even though when you're way up in this compromised position. The other thing about that fast action tip is when you're working those darter head jigs, it gives you that perfect load and unload to really snap that jig and get a perfect action. So that's what you're looking for. This is an ultralight, and the thing that really got me is it's designed for a 1/16 ounce to 1/4 ounce lure weight to load the rod. And most of these jigs are about 16 ounce. And I have some of the darters up to an 1/8 and up to a 1/4. You can obviously time as big or as small as you need for your rod. But this rod can handle those 16th ounce little bugger jigs, craw jigs, down to a 32nd ounce with a little bobber on there. You can add a small little split shot, and I can handle and poke around this river perfect. I can reach the other bank. I can hit all the seams. I got plenty of leverage. Fantastic tool. Unbelievably sensitive, lightweight, high-end spin rod, and I just have it rigged with 10-pound Power Pro. And I do have a barrel swivel up there going down to 6-pound Maxima. I like having a little mono trace. The mono's the same color as the water, which is nice, and it's a lot nicer to break off 6-pound mono than 10-pound Power Pro. So when you're pitching jigs, breaking off's the name of the game. So hope that helps. All right, we got about a 40-minute kayak paddle to where I want to go. I got a beach this thing as high up as I can in case they start letting water out of the dam. She doesn't go for a swim. Let's
this just looks so perfect. Oh, and there was a fish. Gave it to you, bud. Gave it to you. Semperfly jig right in the corner of the mouth, man. Well, this is the curse of trying to learn new water. Oh, I worked that whole set of rapids all the way up here, talking a good game and not catching anything. Right on that stinger hook right there. What? How many times were you gonna eat that thing? A bunch of smallmouth bass fry, like 1.5 inches long. They legit look like a smallmouth, which is my guess why they're smallmouth bass fry. There's a bald eagle. What up, dude? Alright, I don't have much battery left. Found another set of islands here just below the boat launch. Beached her. We got perfect current. Back into a good fishy spot. What do you think the chances are that there's a fish in the sweet spot up under this tree? There he is, there he is, there he is. Chasing footballs. Semperfly. Funny thing about today is I fished all of the Semperfly jigs with stinger hooks and I caught all of the fish on the main hook, I think, except one. Hope that helps you out and tie some up because it's a wicked sweet river fly for smallmouth on a light action spin rod.